Hey, hey, Babysitters Club Mondays! Better late than never. Today's book is The Truth About Stacey. I really I only have time to mention three things. Number one, Stacey goes to the mall at Thanksgiving, and she describes a busy mall with a zillion restaurants and 4 movie theaters and all these trendy shops. And I was like, oh, Stacey, don't go there, you'll get sick. But then I realized that I'm conflating coronavirus 2020 with Stacey's diabetes 1986. That it was actually fine for Stacey to go to a movie theater in the mall and enjoy going to a French cafe with her parents in 1986. So it's weird how like the, old COVID-19 has like infiltrated my thinking that I'm like, don't go there. But then I realized, A, fiction, B, fiction set in the 80s, and it was fine to go to the mall back then. So that's number one. Number two, Phoebe got a kick out of my analysis of Stacey's outfit on the contemporary cover. I said, Stacey dresses like I used to dress like 5 years ago, on one of my good days. She's dressed like a stay-at-home mom in her 30s instead of the, hip and cool 7th grader who moved to Stony Brook from New York. There's a scene at the mall. Stacey buys a dinosaur pin that she says she's going to put on her beret. So I think this one is dialing it down a little. This is Stacey. Maybe Stacey, when she's like, it's a spirit day, dress as, a Midwest mom. So that's that. But the many things I could talk about. But I'm going to talk about in this episode, Kid Kits. Because long story short, this is the book where the Babysitters Club is in competition with the Babysitters Agency. And Christy is coming up with various ideas to give their business an edge. So the Kid Kits are conceived in this episode. So, I like to give things my own twist, and I was thinking, what would my Kid Kit include? Not necessarily for children, but if I were going to somebody else's house and bringing something fun from my house, imagining a nice world where we could go to each other's houses and hang out and bring our stuff. So here's my Kid Kit right now. My first thought was, of course, to bring Raccoon, who many of my viewers know. But I've had Raccoon for decades now, and his arm is just not in good shape. Say hey. Hey. And Phoebe said, some kid might rip it off, and that's true. So maybe Raccoon would stay with me. But if he couldn't come, we could bring this stuffed bunny that I always want to say is a pig. That you may recognize him from my Send in the Clowns piano playing video. His name is Puffball, but we call him, obviously, Wuffy. And he might be a good thing to bring to somebody else's house from my house. Or there's always the book I've been reading. I thought, Phoebe's like, are you just going to bring all books? And I was like, no. But there's always a lot to say about the Brothers Karamazov. If anyone wants to discuss that at their house. And finally, I was like, oh, I'll bring a game. And then at first I was going to do Guess Who, the game with the, like, does your person have a beard? And then if they say no, then you flip down all the little guys with beards. But I can't find that. So I was like, let's bring Scattergories. And then I had the idea. Is there anything, I'm just doing this spontaneously, group, because I heard, R.I.P. Regis Philbin. And I heard that he discovered rather late in life, he said that his talent was spontaneous conversation. So I'm just going to spontaneously pick a Scattergories card and see how many Babysitters Club related things I can think of. And I'm going to roll this dice that Teddy happens to have right here. And it is 6. A, B, C, D, E, F. Babysitters Club, F. Sounds like it's going to be hard. Fictional character starts with an F. Nothing. Menu items. Fish. Magazines. Mm. Pass. Capitals. For some reason, I want to say flirting, because I would say Stacey and Claudia think flirting is one of like the primo things of life. So we're going to call that capitals. Kinds of candy. We're not allowed to talk about that in front of Stacey. Items you save up to buy. Flashy clothes. Footwear. Flip-flops. Thank you, Phoebe. Something you keep hidden. What's a candy that you keep hidden? I know we're not supposed to talk about candy, but what would Claudia keep hidden in her room that starts with an F? Life savers. Items in a suitcase. Friends. A photo of your friends, because the Babysitters Club sticks together. That's something we certainly learn in number 3. Things with tails. My first thought is Louie, but that's the Thomas's collie, but that starts with an L. Boo Boo. There's some pets in the Babysitters Club, but I can't think of any F pets right now. Sports equipment. Flags, because Christy would play flag football later, maybe with Bart. And crimes. Phantom phone calls. Let's just call that F. Harkening back to last week's video. So, needless to say, I am having a great time with BSC Mondays, and I highly recommend, again, The Truth About Stacey, number 3. As in the words of LeVar Burton, see you next time.